Place spruce logs until they reach the surface. Line the sides facing the other pillars with spruce fences, and the sides facing away with spruce trapdoors. Keep 9 blocks between each pillar, and repeat the process 4 times. Next, create a fence archway with 5 high, 3 high, and 2 high fences. Repeat this process for each side. When you create the dirt pillars, ensure that the back has 3 blocks between the pillars and fence archway instead of the normal 2-block gap. Then do the tedious process of placing the trapdoors around the dirt and then opening them. Now mine out the dirt so you have air pockets. Fill in most of the middle with oak planks and surround it with oak slabs. Place a redstone ore block right above the front left air pocket and face an observer into the ore and an observer into that observer. Then place redstone dust with a 4-tick redstone repeater facing into a block. On the other side of the block, place a redstone torch with a sticky piston right next to it. Now you can place oak logs on top of the spruce pillars and outline them with more spruce trapdoors. Line the sides with 1 oak stair and oak planks, and fill in most of the floor with oak planks. Now line the outside with fences and lanterns, or torches if you're poor. Place an oak door and 4 oak log pillars 4 high. Then line the house with stairs, and install any kind of carpet you want to cover up the redstone ore. When you place the essentials for living, know that you are a degenerate if you use anything other than a red bed. The chest is where you place emergency items just in case you die. When you're done placing the glass panes and stairs, you can now start on the stone brick slab roof. The design is super simple, so just follow what I did. You can use the little contraption that you built to drop down the air pocket to where your actual base will be located. Dig a decent way down and place water to avoid fall damage in the future. You're gonna have to do a lot of digging. First, dig a 13 wide, 7 high, 39 long tunnel. Then do the same thing in the other direction. Now cut into the corners and make them diagonal to make an octagon shape. I'm sure you're tired from all that digging, so here's the fun part. Surround the water block with 8 wooden planks. Then create a 13 by 13 ring of planks and use more planks to create 8 lines going away from the center. For irrigation, place a water block in the center of each plot and cover it up using an oak slab. Now turn the remaining space into farmland and place wheat, carrots, and potatoes. The next step is optional, but you can create a fake sky by placing in light blue wool and putting in blobs of white wool. When you're done, make a 13 by 13 square right next to the crops, but take the planks closest to you and put them on the other side, and make another ring using grass blocks. Dig down 1 block and replace the ground with grass blocks. Then make 4 pens with carpets on top in order to segregate and contain the different types of animals. Now create columns of oak logs spaced out by 1 block to prepare for the villagers. Then replace the background with planks, place the workstations for the villagers in the walls, and then place trapdoors to contain the village. Start the corner by placing oak logs in these 4 positions, and fill in much of the wall with brick. This is meant to be some sort of farmhouse, so you can create a fake background by placing black concrete in the wall and covering it up with glass. To occupy the doorway, you'll have to place 2 oak doors. I realized when building, it looks better to have logs on top of the fake building. Now prepare the plot by building out another line of oak planks and filling the remaining columns with light blue wool. Also add some water pockets in the oak planks by using the slab trick. You'll probably want to hold off on building the floor until you see the completed pattern, because I changed my mind several times on what goes where. Now repeat the process 3 more times for the other corners to create some sense of consistency. For the next side, do the same thing with the oak planks and make 4 pillars using oak logs separated by 3 air blocks. Build the enchanting setup into the ground, and remember that you only need 15 bookshelves for max enchantments, so one of the corners can just be an oak plank. Then do this pattern using logs and fill in the background with oak planks. The middle portion is a 3 by 3 map plot. Below that is where your anvil, stonecutter, and grindstone go. Above that is for the smithing table, loom, and cartography table. The brewing station also has a cauldron and chests. The last 3 squares has 8 of each kind of furnace with a crafting table in the center. Mine out the stone and create a ring of oak stairs with the remaining space. Then bear with me as I try to figure out what pattern works best. I realized that stairs in rows is the move. If you want a fishing pond built in, you can use the last remaining space to build it. For the storage area, place the oak pillars and dig out the 2-block space to place the surrounding plank background. Remember to place slabs for the ceiling, otherwise the top chest won't open. Now place your metric ton of chests. If you aren't satisfied with your storage space, dig an 11 by 11 hole 6 blocks deep. Make a staircase and decorate however you'd like. Place another metric ton of chests and fill in the walls with barrels if you're a hoarder like me. To keep it tidy, cover it up with glass. On the last portion, place 2 more log pillars and a 5 by 7 nether portal in the center. If you're feeling fancy, place some black wool in the background. Place the armor stands and light the portal. If you have the resources, show how absolutely stacked you are with the armor. Decorate the nether portal with deep deep slate tile stairs on the top and bottom. Then place 2 3x8 plots of soul sand with nether wart. Extend the deep slate tiles in a 5x10 ring and dig down 3 blocks. Place lava on the bottom and cover it up with glass. If you want it to look a little more fancy, you can add 4 2x1 plots of soul sand with nether wart on the edges of the previous plot. Also add a way to throw out beetroot by adding spruce trapdoors in the middle of the glass. The very last thing is to add a secret tunnel behind the nether portal so you can actually have a way to get out of the base. See all my future designs by hitting subscribe.